O'clock, and thank you for being with us. I'm Gene LaBanchi.
I'm Elizabeth Hopkins. More sunshine in store for today. A little bit different than when Shiri was at. Did you go Saturday night to Taylor? Or?
Nope, I went Sunday night, which was
fantastic.
amazing. Yeah, and it was great. It was great. I mean, she did actually talk about the Sunday night rain.
Did she?
She's like, it was a monsoon and it rained for like 3.5 hours. She said her fingers were a little pruny. Yeah, that's so funny. Which I thought was like funny to hear.
She's just like us.
She's a human too. Amazing. Okay, so we've got temperatures in the 40s and 50s outside right now. Well, 50 in Boston. Boston is our hot spot. Everybody else, you guys are waking up to the 40s. It's going to be a little bit cool to start things off. You can see the warm up in Somerville, 49 degrees at 7 a.m., back in the mid 50s by 9 a.m., upper 60s by 11 a.m., highs I want to say like in the lower 60s in Somerville today, but it's all about location. Cape is actually our coolest spot with highs stuck in the lower 60s. I'm going to go some mid 60s across eastern Mass, some 70s a little bit further inland into central Massachusetts. So it will be warm away from the coastline today. I'll be back with a town by town look. Here's Catherine with a
now. And Shiri, I have to say, it feels just a bit more like fall this morning than spring, but it's comfy.
It's crisp. It's crisp. It's cool. High pressure overhead kept us clear overnight. And when it's clear in the skies, it's like you don't have your blanket. When you sleep without a blanket, you get cold. Same thing happens at the ground. We lose a lot of heat during those overnight hours. So we are clear and cool this morning. High pressure drives with sunshine today. This is our next storm system that sweeps in tomorrow. Another thing you may notice is that we've got a little more smoke in the sky, looking a little hazy out there this morning, and we're going to keep some smoke around. In fact, it made for a really beautiful sunrise this morning. I got in this great photo on Twitter from John this morning in Southborough, and you could see the sun coming up. We've got a really orange sunrise. Just gorgeous shot, right? So even right now, looking pretty quiet out there. Temperatures are in the 40s. I'm going to say it's a sweater, sweatshirt, or jacket start to the day, but in the afternoon, short sleeves, nice and good. We've got 60s and 70s depending on where you are, but I do see the potential for a wide range in temperatures. It could be about 10 degrees warmer in Worcester versus Boston today. I've got Boston, Lynn, Newbury, Portsmouth all in the lower 60s this afternoon, mid 60s in Reading and Milton, upper 60s in Newton and Bedford, and then 70s closer to 495 and westward into central Mass, the Merrimack Valley and southern New Hampshire, 68 Brockton and Bridgewater, but just 64 in Plymouth and in Hyannis today, and about 60 Nantucket with mostly sunny skies. So forecast today is going to be quiet tonight. I always love this time of the year where the air conditioning is free. You just need to crack a window. Temperatures will be in the 40s. Don't open that window too wide though, because it's going to get pretty cold in your room by the time you wake up tomorrow morning. Tomorrow's high 76 degrees, daytime sun, and in the evening we're watching some showers. So I've got an early alert of sorts, nothing severe expected. You could see a lot of green on the map where it's very little rain expected. I'd say in the Boston area, less than a quarter inch of rain. But where we have these blues north and west of Boston, we've got a little better chance for some embedded downpours or a thunderstorm. The timeline that we're working with has this coming in during the evening commute. So at 5 p.m., the focus of any kind of stormy weather, which is going to be the most potent of the day, is going to be from about Lakes region into southwestern New Hampshire and into western Massachusetts. This comes through in the evening, and as it does, it's slowly going to be weakening. At 8 p.m., we've got the chance from Worcester probably to Boston, but you'll see by the time we hit midnight, that line is really falling apart as it moves down towards the South Shore, and I just don't see it getting that much farther. I think overnight we actually end up clearing out. So although Wednesday night we've got some rain chances, the rest of the week into the weekend, you've got great weather for getting outside. 7-day forecast with the weekend always in view. Has today at about 68 degrees under mostly sunny skies. Tomorrow I'm leaving the rain chances for the overnight hours, and you've got like a 40 to 60% chance of getting rain. It just depends on where you are. The chance is actually going to be much higher north and west of Boston during the overnight. The rest of the week is shaping up dry with a little warming trend, and we should be back in the mid to up. I get it. I mean, it's clear this morning. We've actually got some hazy sun over Boston right now. This is our view from the Pruitt. Actually some smoky sun in the sky again today. It's 50 in Boston, but you have to understand Boston is my hot spot right now. All the burbs are in the 40s. You could see the warm up in Boston only gets into the lower 60s this afternoon. It's probably going to be almost 10 degrees warmer out in Worcester today with lower 70s later on. So you can see the cutoff to those 60s. We're really going to focus those 60s up and down the coastline for today. I want to say low to mid 60s at the beaches themselves. We've got upper 60s in Middleborough and Lawrence, 71 in Framingham. And in Worcester today, even 75 in Keene, New Hampshire. So it's going to be a lot warmer if you're inland versus at the coastline today. Tonight, we're going to dip back into the 40s, which is like perfect weather for cracking the windows, getting a little fresh air circulating. But it also means that tomorrow morning, when these temps bottom out, you're going to want to have that sweater or jacket again. It's just short sleeves tomorrow for sure, because this is the warmest day that I have in the Boston area. We're going for mid 70s tomorrow in and around Boston, some 60s for the South Coast, the Cape and the islands, with winds coming up from the south, cooling you guys down because water temperatures are only in the 50s. But tomorrow's our warmest day, and during the day it's going to be dry. I want you to stay alert to the fact that we do have some showers and thunderstorms that will pass through in the evening. So scattered showers Wednesday evening, a rumble of thunder, and some gusts up to about 30 miles per hour, which I do not expect to be strong enough to cause any damage. The timeline that we're working with is probably at or after the evening commute. So through 5 p.m., definitely dry in Boston and Worcester. Where we start sneaking in those 5 p.m. showers will be from Lakes region to southwestern New Hampshire to western Massachusetts, and then that line creeps into Worcester and Boston. You can see later in the evening, so dinner time, bedtime is when we have some showers there. And this line continues to weaken as we approach midnight, with some shower chances dipping down towards the South Shore at that time, and then just continuing to fizzle overnight. That is a cold front that's coming through that line, and that means it's going to cool down between Wednesday and Thursday. So we'll go from highs in the 70s Wednesday to highs in the 60s on Thursday, and then we start inching back up as we head towards the weekend. So our 7-day forecast with the weekend always in view has today at 68 degrees, mostly sunny. Remember, you do have some inland 70s. Warmer tomorrow with nighttime showers, and then we dip it down into the 60s Thursday, 70 Friday. Mid to upper 70s over the weekend. And even as we look ahead to Memorial Day, I've got to set about 78 degrees. Looks good, feels good. I mean, we've got about as good a forecast as you can expect for the unofficial start to summer. Back to you.